Welcome back. We're currently heading towards the bad ending, and you know these games, that's the true ending. But anyway, the next objective is to go to the record room in the address. How do you say that again? The caves, anyway. That's where we are right now, so we just need to head up here and proceed to the next area. We got a lovely loading screen here with tips number 63. And 27. 63 was better.
I don't think I'll ever get used to this place. These prophecies scribbled on the walls, it's creepy.
These aren't prophecies. They're records.
Oh, right. Lord Theodore did mention records.
All of this has happened before, and will happen again. And again.
Huh. Wait a minute. I just thought of something. Shouldn't all of these records be destroyed when the planet is reborn?
No, he did mention that there was a certain place that was safe, where Francesca could go hide, which was here.
But look, all of the ancient records are still carved here.
So you get it now? I have no idea why, but it seems like the Adursta Caves are the only place untouched by the cycle restarting.
So even if Nirvana is reborn, this one place keeps going forward in time?
That would make sense. An earlier Theodore, must have found this place and written down everything that he knew. Then, the next Theodore would find this place, read what was written down, and also record what he knew. By doing that over and over, the records got more detailed, and his premonitions got more accurate. So accurate that it would seem like he had godlike powers. And I can prove it. Right here. Take a look at this.
To my future self. A message to himself?
I mean, who else would it be? What?
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense that a guy like Theodore would definitely be skeptical at first. But this here proves it was Theodore who wrote this.
You're right. He kept writing more proof as the cycle went on.
And all the Theodores that came down here probably thought it was a good idea to keep adding to it.
The more recent Theodores must have been more easily convinced. The last entry here is quite worn. It must have been written some time ago.
Yeah. At some point, he stopped thinking about proving the truth to his future self and focused more on recording history. That change in thinking might have come right around the time he got himself a partner.
A partner? Gabrielle? Francesca?
I think so. Those two met up in some way or another, shared this information, and began working together. And if Francesca stayed behind in this cave, she could remove herself from the cycle. That other Francesca we saw must have been born when the world reset, and was convinced to join up with them.
That's why there were two Francescas.
Wait a moment. While I believe your theory is correct, they still shouldn't be able to stop the cycle of death and rebirth, even if they are aware of it.
They just want to be in control of it. This much is obvious.
What could they possibly do to outwit Rhonda herself and create their ideal world?
Know everything that's going to happen. Like through the prophecies, the records.
Do you remember what Theodore said? He mentioned having the record of Samsara. I think that means that this time is different. He learned something he never knew before. That must mean that when the world restarts, things don't happen exactly the same way every time. Things get a little distorted.
Distorted?
Yeah, it's like putting a photo, like making a photocopy of something and then photocopying it again. It's like slightly different this time. It's slightly more corrupted.
It changed. The history might change a little, and that means the future might change a little too. He must have done this experiment thousands of times, writing down all of these records. And now that he has knowledge of Rhonda's eyes, he's only one step away from making his ideal world a reality.
I can't believe I was fighting someone so terribly powerful.
There's the fear I expected.
Hey, can I ask a stupid question?
Go ahead, because you clearly don't know what's going on.
Are you capable of asking smart questions?
I get that this particular spot is safe from the whole world-ending magic or whatever it is. But why would Rhonda leave a place like this? Did she make this cave on purpose, or was it a mistake?
See, this is a good question. I was thinking the same thing. It's like, why is this particular place okay? Is it due to the mana?
I mean, if this place didn't exist, then Theodore never would have found out about any of this. This is some next-level Magic Destiny apocalypse stuff we're dealing with here, so how does this cave make sense?
I don't think we'll ever be able to understand the mind of whatever Rhonda is. But wait. Leaving this place behind on purpose is weird. But her making a mistake would be even weirder. What if she didn't even know about this place? What if Rhonda couldn't see it?
A blind spot.
That would make sense, because eyes do have blind spots, of course.
Huh? Ever since what happened to Milm, I studied a lot about eyes at the Weiss Ritter. Human eyes have a blind spot. Because of the way our eyes are built, there's a small area that we can't actually see.
A blind spot, huh? If Nirvana is Rhonda's eye, then it should be just like a human's and have that blind spot in it.
Yeah, so basically we're standing on the optic nerve, more or less?
It's just as I thought. I really am a genius.
Are we finally getting to the point here?
You're starting to get it now, right?
I believe so. It would make sense that you cannot defeat Rhonda with anything that is a part of Rhonda's realm. But something outside of Rhonda's influence may just be powerful enough.
That's right. The mana that's been maturing and festering down here for centuries without Rhonda even knowing about it. Manathree.
I mean, who came up with that name? Manathree.
Her blind spot will be her downfall. Now that we're all on the same page, let's go harvest that Manathree.
She ran off. Does she even know where to go?
Down.
I imagine she wants to find the most concentrated dose. She must want to go to the source of the mana.
So as deep underground as we can get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm getting excited! All that potent mana, just for us!
You're getting excited? The thought of all that concentrated mana makes my head hurt. Prim and Chelka. Witches are always looking for their next fix, huh?
Well, don't forget Amalie as well. I mean, she's not an awakened witch properly, but she's still a witch. They don't actually mention that again. So that does seem strange that that's not come back up. Tips 29. Oh, we're back here? That's where we're gonna go. Oh, I see. So it's just a little bit over there. Okay, so let's have a look at the map properly. Didn't want that one. I wanted down. There we go. Oh, it's not that far to go. Not that far at all. I was going to say it looked like I couldn't go back, but like, of course I can't go back, because that's the records room. I thought maybe we can go back to like the castle, etc. But no, we're fine for that. We're fine for that. It doesn't look like we've got that far to travel. I'm so done, by the way, with the dungeons, if you haven't noticed. It's just...
How's this?
At first I was excited by the idea of them being like random dungeons, but it's just now I'm so... done with that idea. It's just like... it just lack any interest for me now. I mean, I've mentioned that several times, but it's just like, it just becomes more and more obvious. It's like, I just proceed on to the next areas instantly. It's my first reaction in this game now. Tips 34. And 20. Not really used magic that much, have I?
It's getting harder to breathe. The air is so thin.
That just means the concentration of mana in the air is getting higher.
The mana is so dense here, I feel like I'm going to get a nosebleed. I mean, my rose will start dripping nectar.
Right. The nose thing is actually better than the rose dripping nectar when you actually consider what nectar is and etc. Considering where it comes from. Anyway.
Can we stop? Right here? I am at my limit, sweeties.
Sorry, can't stop here. There should be an ultimate mana gland with unlimited mana somewhere around here. And we're not gonna quit until we get it.
Squawk!
Squawk indeed. Right, so it should be around somewhere. That's the thought, isn't it? Right, so let's have a look. Can't see. Let's move the map, so. Gonna be quite far away from the looks of it, maybe? We'll go past you. Like, look, still destroying stuff. Still destroying. I mean, I know they're the simple ones, but still destroying stuff. They're level 57, and it's like. Ow. Yeah, we'll get away from you though. We'll get away from you. Let's change over to this one. Like, I can still be hurt though. Still be hurt. Just like I've been doing up my defenses. Any random item I get, I basically throw towards my defenses. But being level 44 at the moment, it's still a bit too much in terms of getting damage. Still a bit too much. Just have to remember to dodge. Which is a thing I don't really do that much anymore either. So just go back. Pretty much ever since I got the Mystic Dodge ability. Just not felt a need to dodge. It's like, that was part of the gameplay, and now you've given me this option to just press a button. I get it. Like, let's see, which way do we want to go? Go down. Because that looks like a dead end anyway. It's probably best we do go that way. Yeah, I think the Mystic Dodge as an option, as a skill, sort of takes away something from the game. It's where I'm going to go if it's not that way. So it probably is the way that I was going. I don't just worry about enemies around me right now. Especially the more powerful ones. May as well pick it up. We're out of it. We're out. We're gone. It's like I've got a chance for a chest. It's like I'm not missing it. I've got several purple items I can throw at things now, which is good. Rah! Rah! Like, we're nearly there yet. But there's, I still took out a big chunk of their health. A big chunk. It's like I did these weapons up way too much when you think about it. Way too much. Like, no wonder I've been destroying things. Although, again, Mystic Dodge, as a skill, it's changed the balance of the game, kind of ruined it, I'd say. Kind of ruined it. The bosses haven't been that great in this game, though, either, have they? Like, some of the bosses in the first one were fantastic. Right, are we there? We're there. Or are we? It says next area. No, normally it says Eastern, etc.
There it is. The mana gland.
It's quite small. Oh.
It's incredible. Even more than I imagined. Let's begin the experiment right away.
Experiments?
An experiment? Now? We don't have time for that.
No need to worry about time as long as we're in these caves, right? Worst comes to worst, we can just stay here while the world's being reborn and stop Rongda next time.
It's a good point.
If we can prepare ourselves before the next Theodore finds his way down here, there's no way he'll be able to get the upper hand on us.
That is all true, but we must act quickly. I refuse to abandon the people waiting for my return.
That's right. I don't want anyone to die either. And Milm wouldn't want us to.
Okay, fine. Stop complaining and bring me the densest Manathree you can get your hands on.
What are you gonna do with it?
Eat it.
I'm gonna have this magic parasite eat it.
Oh, close.
You're gonna experiment on it like that? I feel sorry for it.
We have to. Now go! There's no time for this!
Okay. Is this enough?
All right, parasite, drink up. Just a little at a time. You don't know what might happen.
The magic parasite took one giant gulp of the Manathree.
Whoa, look at this! It's growing! Incredible! Just one gulp and it got this big! I love this Manathree stuff!
Yes, we see it. But how are you going to use it to fight Rongda?
You'll see. But first, the next experiment. Come here, Turkey.
I must respectfully decline.
Yes, I thought you might.
What? You serious?
I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't want to leave my babies behind.
Think of it this way. Would you rather die here or die later with everyone else?
I'd die either way.
Oh, we're wasting time here. Magic parasite, give me power! You ready, you big jiggly turkey?
Hell no, I'm not. Get away from me.
Fly to the ends of the earth!
Squawk!
Uh-oh. Mugen floated in the air, held for a moment, then burst through the ceiling at incredible speed and flew into the big, blue sky.
I can't see her anymore.
Dead.
The experiment was a success?
Sorry, what?
Mugen!
Dead.
Oh, don't worry about her. This is all going according to plan.
What? What plan?
Oh, you're alive!
I got so high up, I saw all of Nirvana again. This is not good for my heart, you know. Oh boy.
Oh, perfect. About how much was the eye open?
Wide open. This is bad. This is not good. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Don't get your panties in a twist. The experiment worked. We're almost ready for battle.
Already? These hardly look like preparations to me. It is no exaggeration to say that our opponent is the world itself. If you are not prepared, you may have your eye pulled out permanently. Everything would be over.
Let's give it a shot.
Trust me, I know. To fight Rongda, we have to get outside the range of her power.
But the only place outside that range is here, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole world is on top of Rongda's eye after all.
There is one more place beyond her power. The sky.
I suppose?
When we were flying above Avidya, the power that was sucking out my eye was much weaker. The range of Rongda's magic isn't limitless. It drops off with distance.
That's why it was trying to pull Mugen back down to Earth.
The birds and the insects can fly through the sky of Kavala, but beings with superior intellect are earthbound. It seems as though Rongda would never risk her most powerful creations leaving the range of her magic.
The mother was protecting her true identity. She didn't want her children leaving the nest, beyond the reach of her power. So she tied us down to Earth. We were prisoners this whole time without even realizing it. It pisses me off.
I think I understand how Rongda feels.
I'm still waiting to have the reveal of why the world is being reborn every so often. What's the purpose?
I wouldn't be able to stand watching my child leave my care. I would be a very protective mother.
Guess you got your creepy motherly instincts from her. Then you ought to know how a mother would react to seeing her children trying to escape her.
Yes, she would chase after them with all her strength. She would never want them to leave her arms.
That's what I'm counting on. I'll use her motherly instincts against her and defeat her in a place where her power doesn't reach.
If we can do that, Milm and the whole world would be saved.
Wait, you aren't planning on riding me again, are you? Because I am done with that, honey.
Nah, don't worry. We don't have to ride on you anymore. You're basically useless to us now.
Ouch.
I don't know whether to be relieved or angry.
Listen up. This is the magic that will take us beyond the very laws of nature.
What is this?
Teleportation device?
Tremble in fear! This is true flying magic! A flying magic circle!
Not a particularly imaginative name, but if it will allow us all to fly, it must be incredibly powerful.
It works for sure. I proved it with the turkey.
What? You mean I wasn't flying on my own? I was riding on your magic circle?
Well, a crude version of it. I was working out the kinks with the whole landing part.
You mean you tested your flying magic on us without knowing how to actually land?
What did you expect from Chelka?
Well, don't blame me. This magic has enormous power. Manathree is strong but unstable. It's impossible to keep it under control for long periods of time. It was a valuable experiment.
Could you stop experimenting with people's lives, please?
Hey, I don't have the time to do nice, safe experiments in these conditions. The point is, we can fly. Nothing else matters.
I can't believe you.
Wait a moment. How do you plan on handling the power of Manathree?
You and I can solve that problem. With the parasite here.
What do you mean?
First, you absorb as much Manathree as you can. Then, you inject that power into the magic circle so we can fly. Then, the magic parasite will absorb as much Manathree as it can handle, so that when we're in the air, I can have a constant stream of mana.
Yeah, but then when that runs out?
Finally, after we get Rongda to chase us, 100 Knight will defeat her, and then we win.
It'd be kind of cool if the last boss fight has like a sort of time limit as a result of this. Probably won't, though.
You say that as if it's easy, but I suppose it is our best plan. If we are going to do this, we should move quickly.
Yeah.
Chelka and Prim step slowly into the mana gland to soak their entire bodies in Manathree.
This is freaking hot! I feel like I'm burning up.
What a titillating sensation!
Both of you, be careful!
Why don't you get in there as well? Have they forgotten the fact she's sort of a witch as well? Surely it would help her.
Don't tell me what to do. This power is incredible.
I feel as though I could fly into the sky right now!
Fly, magic circle!
Let's go!
Parasite! Suck up as much as you can! Alright, everything's ready. The rest is up to you, 100 Knight!
Oh, very well.
If you're ready for the battle with Rongda, step into the circle.
What if I'm not? Oh, that's actually giving me the option to do that. Is there actually a circle around? Is it that? Oh, hello. That's a circle? That's not a circle. Right, we're actually going to end this part here then. It feels like a good place to end this part. In the next part, we'll head into the clearly bird-shaped object rather than a circle. I mean, if anything, it's an ellipse, an oval. But anyway, yes, we shall see you in the next part. Ta-ta for now.